All right, here we are at excerpt number 2 for the 2019 GMEA All-State Middle School Orchestra Audition excerpts. I'm sorry, there may be a little background noise. My dog is chewing on one of her bones, and I didn't kick her out of the room. I forgot. So, all right, I find this excerpt to be the hardest one intonation-wise. That middle section from 136 and 137, it's tough, but it's doable. I prefer to stay up in position for a lot of it instead of trying to make some big shifts. Shifts, especially in an audition, are a little risky. So I take a little bit more conservative fingering. But if you want to take, excuse me. Excuse me. If you want to take a fingering like if you want to shift back and forth so you can stay on the E string and get that bold, bright sound, I can understand. I do think it's a risky fingering, so you'll find me starting in 5th position instead. All right, so this excerpt should have a lot of vim and vigor. It should have a lot of energy to it. I do that by putting some space between the notes, so it doesn't seem too mwah, 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 mwah. So when I play it, you'll hear that. I hope I play measures 136 and 137 in tune. I haven't practiced it, and it needs practicing. We'll talk about how to practice that in a bit. So, 144. I find my note by walking it up, but I do it silently like this. Because remember, once again, once your bow hits the string, you've started playing. You can't test a note in an audition. That is very bad form. All right. Alrighty. A couple things to remember. The rhythm has to be very precise and subdivide. Always, 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 always subdivide. Yep. This is a very rhythm-driven excerpt. If your rhythm's off, it's like having a heartbeat that's off, or a drummer that doesn't quite stay in tempo for a song. It's just really freaky. It does not work. You need to be really, really rhythmically precise. Practicing with the metronome is really going to help that. For those of you that don't practice with the metronome half the time, make it half the time. I practice with metronome half the time, maybe more, maybe a little bit less, depending on what kind of piece it is. But the metronome is one of your best friends when you're practicing. Let's see. Don't forget in measures 136 and 137 to play the accents. Play the accents and play it in tune if you can. I did not play that very well in tune just now. All right, I'm going to play this through slowly, but that's not going to be the end. I'm also going to go back and play measures 135, 136, and 137 slowly, because I know that's going to be the hardest bit for everybody. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to start at measure 134, and I'm going to play really slowly. do that again. My shifts were not too good. I really should practice this. I will practice this. 134. Okay? All right, so you can go back and rewind and play through that a bunch of times. I really, really suggest you spend some good focus on that because that's a tough little spot. All right, I'm gonna play the whole thing through a little slower. Let's see. I'll play it at about 60. I'll play it quite slow. So again, finding my note silently. Measures 144 and 145. It's important to subdivide here and know when to come in. So let's see, how should I do this? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If I were a judge, I would be really paying attention to who can get that right in those last two measures. Okay, so there's excerpt 2.